Welcome to the Russia Rising podcast, a platform where thoughts on love and human experiences take centre stage. The Russia Rising podcast serves as a creative outlet for discussing profound topics. We will begin with the multifaceted nature of love. What is love? Understanding love and its expressions can shed light on how we connect with others and ourselves. But again, I ask, what is love? Love is a complex emotion that encompasses feelings of affection, care, and attachment. It's often described in various forms, such as romantic, familial, and platonic, reflecting its varied depth and intensity in human relationships. But what does it mean to say, I love you or I love something? Does this word, does the English vocabulary adequately describe this sensation, this emotion, this feeling, this real, tangible human experience? Recently, I had a conversation and the idea was brought up of saying, I care for you, in place of saying, I love you. And that we were discussing whether it was okay or enough to say this and to express this, to do this. To me, initially when I heard this, I felt like saying, I care for you reduces the intimacy level that you have with someone, the expectations you have on the individual. And initially, I thought that perhaps it was a bit, I would find it a bit rude. Well, maybe not rude, that's not the correct word, but a bit shocking if if someone was to come up to me and say, "Oh, I care for you," if I was maybe expecting them to say, "I love you." But why is that? Is it a lack of clarity over what love and caring for someone actually means? Why would my expectations for them be different? Because I feel like they would be if someone said that they love me, I would expect them to prove it with actions. But wouldn't I also expect someone who says that they care for me to also prove that they care for me with actions, such as, listening to me when I speak and a variety of things? So, why was my initial reaction to be shocked by this idea of simply saying, I care for you, in place of saying, I love you? And this then resulted in me thinking about the authenticity of love that's portrayed in TV shows. We have the rise of reality TV shows such as Love Island, Love is Blind, Married at First Sight, and often within weeks or even days of meeting their new partner, contestants say that they are in love with the other person. But is this really love? Are these staged romantic shows with edited narratives distorting this genuine emotional experience? Is it leading to us as the audience, as the public, to expect unrealistic standards in our own relationships? Is the love described in them true love? And how soon do you know that you love someone. When you have contestants within days saying that they love the other person, has this created a pressure within society to say that you love someone too early? As you can tell, this topic has really got me questioning the concept of love in the English vocabulary. One thing I know for sure is that perhaps these shows are highlighting superficial relationships where they're emphasizing attraction over emotional connection and creating misconceptions about the enduring nature of love, should I say. The English language often uses the word love to encompass multiple emotions, whereas other languages, take Spain for example, have a more nuanced approach. You have words in Spanish that, when translated over to English, both will translate to love, but one more expresses this idea of a deep love, and the other reflects this idea of affection, having affection for someone. Furthermore, we have the Greek language, which identified, I believe, 8 different types of love: romantic, familial, brotherly, unconditional, playful, long standing, self love, and let's not forget the obsessive kind, mania. But why am I mentioning these? I think why I've put these 2 examples in is because I want to sort of express the complexity of love and emotions, and the idea that perhaps the English language has its limitations in capturing the full essence of love when we're trying to rely on this single term often to express these diverse feelings that we have towards different people and things. So I started to think at first like that maybe we needed to widen the English language and have different words to sort of express these nuances in that we have towards our sort of emotional intimacy towards a person or an object or whatever it is. But then I started to question if this was really the answer. Do we need to add more words to the English dictionary, or do we simply need to take a step back and analyze what love means to you, to me, to yourself, to your very inner core, should I say? What and analyze what types of love you have for different people, and perhaps even appreciate that someone saying that they care for you isn't a barrier to emotional intimacy and connection, but it's simply demonstrating a different level or type of love and connection. So I will leave you with this final question. Ask yourself, is it enough to simply say, I care for you? And if not, why?